Big 12 championship. Number 10, Kansas State versus number 3, TCU.
Another close line. TCU favored by 2.5. And I get it. I totally understand this. You might be thinking to yourself, like, isn't TCU better than this? Well, yes, but I think we also underestimate Kansas State. Kansas State is a really tough out. And it doesn't seem, unless something happens during the game, that they'll be struggling at health, at their quarterback position with health like they were in their first matchup against TCU. Remember, they built up a double-digit lead against the Horned Frogs in Fort Worth. And then all of a sudden, Adrian Martinez is not in the game. Will Howard is out there, the backup. Then Will Howard goes down, and all of a sudden they've got to go with, I think it was Jake Rubley, if I'm not mistaken, goes in there. Like, third-string quarterback. TCU comes back, and they win the game. So you can make an argument that, hey, listen, Kansas State has continued to play better. Their offense has actually gotten better since that point. Will Howard in the last 3 games is actually playing very efficient football, 7 touchdowns to only 1 interception. So, maybe Kansas State in this game? Well, hold on for a moment, because TCU has also gotten better. Maybe not offensively. They've been really good all year on the offensive side. We know what they are with Max Duggan pulling the trigger, with Kendre Miller at running back, with Quentin Johnston on the outside, with a veteran, old-school, tough offensive line. I know what they are on offense. The surprising part has been the development on the defensive side. For me, TCU has been one of the pleasant surprises in the development of their defense. Okay, Joe Gillespie, their defensive coordinator, he's been a high school coach in Texas for a number of years, and now under Sonny Dykes, he's done a really good job. And when you look at it, you look at the splits, they're not dominating people on defense, but they're getting better every single week. Here's the evidence of that. In the month of October, I throw September out because you get a lot of cupcake games, right? You get those non-conference games. If you throw September out statistically and you start looking at the splits, what were you as a defense in October when league games started? Well, they were giving up about 420 yards per game through the month of October and about 5.8 yards per play. That's not great. And because of that, right, we had to see them come back from some of those deficits, and the offense had to be outstanding. Then you see November. And they got better and better and better. Check out the numbers in November for them defensively. 345 yards per game and 4.9 yards per play. So they were almost giving up, close to 100 yards less per game and almost a full yard per play less. That's big improvement. And now they're going to put that defense on display against that Kansas State team, which has also improved on the offensive side. I believe, and I firmly believe this, TCU should go to the playoff regardless of what happens in this game. Okay? Regardless. I went over that, by the way, on Wednesday's podcast. So if you didn't listen to that episode, go back and listen to it, because I outline exactly why Georgia, Michigan, and TCU should go regardless of outcome, and how we're really only playing for one spot, and that really only comes down to USC and Ohio State. Please go check out that episode of the Joel Klatt Show. So TCU is only playing for the Big 12 title, but they've got a leader in Max Duggan that it doesn't matter if you're playing for a Big 12 title, if you're playing for Pop Rocks in the park. This guy is a steely-eyed competitor. I'm going with the Horned Frogs. TCU wins. They cover the 2.5. Remember, it's somewhat in their own backyard. I think this team is on a mission. They get to 13-0, and they raise the trophy and become Big 12 champs. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoy that clip, make sure you click subscribe somewhere down here. From game highlights to exclusive interviews and rankings, we've got everything you need as a college football fan right here. College football on Fox.